Hello and welcome to CR Wrestling Commentary. We're going to be covering Ring of Honor's Women's Championship Tournament. This will be Week 1's comments. And our opening match, at least for this week, our opening match is Gracia versus Miranda Alize. And how can I say this?
They both have very good looks.
Yeah. They covered their ass.
No parts are hanging out.
Yep.
Nothing that will cause a wardrobe malfunction. Nothing riding up the crack. That's good.
So that's good. So then you can just worry about the match.
Exactly.
Instead of in fear of, oh crap, this might happen.
I guess you can go ahead and start before I get in. Go ahead, Sedrik.
Well, we're looking, and this is our introduction to these women. And so we're the outfits we're looking at. Miranda Alize, she has a really nice intro, good music. Liked her outfit. They're both from they got that luchadora background. We'll give it that. Probably worked a lot in AAA, maybe. I don't know.
They said that Alize trained in Tijuana.
Tijuana, yeah, they don't know how to say it decently. Or I say it decently, maybe not correctly, but I say Tijuana decently, not Tijuana. You don't add letters where they ain't. Don't make it harder. Shit. Alice Gracia, and I'll keep wanting to say Garcia, but it's Gracia, as they pronounce it, Gracia. I don't know. I see Gracia, but she was the girl in all pink and
Pink Dream.
Yeah, Pink Dream.
And Alize is the lucha baddie.
So I'm gonna tell you this: the girls look very amateurish, like they know their stuff. As Cornette would say, they look green.
Okay, so in my observation, Gracia looked green. To me,
the pink one?
Yes.
Okay.
Alize was having to make up for Gracia's missteps. When Gracia was dominating, she looked far more polished, as opposed to when she was, working more cooperatively with the Pink Dream, and she was having to compensate for her errors. And it was, Pink Dream forced one of her own errors when she fucked up coming off the rope on the outside. That allowed Alize to get the upper hand.
She was okay. You can tell she was supposed to miss that move.
Yeah,
but she did mess up.
In the miss.
She was really tight with that loading for the springboard to the outside. She was real tight. And she was holding it because she was trying to. I guess she was trying to find the rope with her feet. You can't be perfect all the time. But a move, I'm going to just say this, okay? It's not intelligent, no matter how safe you are, to do a move where you're supposed to take a hard hit like that on the floor, regardless of the padding or anything. That's not wise. In the ring, okay, fine. You train to take bumps in the ring primarily. The outside should be a rare thing. And Alice Gracia, in the beginning, there was, as you were saying, but I'm going to elaborate more, there was too much cooperation going on with Miranda Alize. They cooperated way too much. You could see it. That is the issue with the luchadora style. In general, luchadora or luchadora, you have to cooperate, and it shows. So it doesn't look like, because I'm going to tell you right now, the way their match went, neither one of them looked like they need to be the champion at all. And I'm not saying they're not good, and I'm not saying they're pathetic or pitiful or anything. No, but they looked amateurish in the opening, and once they kept it in the ring, well, on the outside, Miranda started turning up the heat.
Yeah. That's
when you could, because I said at the beginning, they're friends, they're being cool with each other, they're working together. And I said that Alice Gracia, she has the heel mannerisms, but Miranda Alize, she has the heel expressions. And that's how it was in the opening parts. And then once they got to the floor, then you saw Miranda start to open up, the one in red.
You could see that she looked a lot more polished. No, not, 20-year seasoned veteran, but far more polished than her counterpart in the ring. And I think that because she was working with her counterpart, it made her look amateurish in the beginning. That'll remain to be seen in later matches.
Now, they did get up to the point where they started hitting each other harder, using less cooperative moves and taking advantage of things. But the issue is maybe they're not used to the Ring of Honor ring. Maybe a different elevation.
Maybe they're nervous.
It could have been a lot. But Alize Gracia, she messed up way too many times. And personally, if I'm going to have you on my program, because there's no crowds to be nervous in front of. And you try, yawning, and you're trying to impress the, the booker and all this other stuff. And I get that. There's a lot of nervousness. But being a professional wrestler, do only what you need to do. And she missed the blockbuster off the top rope. I'm like, oh man. She missed. Miranda, she went flailing backwards as if she got, just annihilated. And I'm like, come on, man. That's what I was just thinking. I was like, oh man. They I can tell that they know what they're doing. And they know how to do it. But that nervousness most likely kicked in, and they just, as Sedrik was pointing out, Gracia was floundering, and Miranda, Alize had to make up for her floundering.
If she had just honestly not gone with it, nobody would have got hurt. It just would have made Alize Gracia look like trash.
Which is what would have been needed. It's like, oh, you missed me. You did. Because if you don't hook the neck, you don't do the move, then the one that's supposed to be taking the move needs to call an audible and say, hey, you messed up and I'm going to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
That is like one of the best things to be taught in any wrestling school. When your opponent mess up, hey, they mess up. You stomp them, put the boots to them, get into a reset position where they can try it again. If it's applicable, and diving blockbuster is not applicable, so you have to do something else.
And not going with the mess up, it makes it look far more realistic. If you're in a fight and your opponent swings at you and misses, you don't go with it. You take advantage and fuck them up.
Yeah, it's a fight. It's like you messed up. Don't you mess up? So. What Miranda was doing was showing, hey, we're going to go down in flames together. She showed, hey, we're friends. And that's nice and that's good. And I hope that they see that, because you could tell that's exactly what was going on. They've done this stuff so many times that, let's say you did an edit and just slid Gracia over a little bit for any move that she missed, which is about 3 of them. Miranda went with it perfectly. Mm-hmm. You can just slide her over, edit the arms in the right spot, bam, she nailed it every time. So they know what they're doing. They pretty much, Flair and Steamboated their career right now. They know what they're doing. They don't have to talk in that ring. They don't have to do anything. They know each other that well. Getting closer to the heavy hitting moves, Gracia hit basically a punch kick, I guess you'd call it. Randy Orton made that famous, and he ain't the first to do it, but he made it popular. And Miranda sold it like gold. Mm-hmm. Good grief. She got kicked. She didn't go flying all over the place. No. She got kicked and slowly melted to the mat. Mm-hmm. Did a kick out. They go through some more moves. And Miranda, she hit the Shining Wizard, which they call the drive-by. And I was like, I remember Homicide having a move like that. Matter of fact, I think it was the Vertebraker, or that he called that. The drive-by.
Everything with Homicide is gun related.
It is, isn't it? But either case, she hit her with a good shining wizard. 1, 2, 3. And I think she deserved to win. Even if she wasn't slated to win, she deserved to win. She was the more polished one. She looked better. She was more professional, even in, screwing up with her friend to say, hey, we in this together. Because you could tell that's what that was. So I'm not saying that I don't like them, but I want to see them against someone that's not friendly, but someone that knows what they're doing. Without the butterflies, because that's all this was. It was butterflies. Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. It was just butterflies. And if Ring of Honor wants to build a women's division, they will need them, but they'll also need them primarily on the same side, and they'll need them in the tag team because you can tell that's where they really are.
And I'm sure this is probably a vetting process, because seeing how you perform, no, there's not a crowd, but seeing how you perform, on TV in this situation will let them know whether they're going to, add you or not.
Yep.
They can't just have Sumiye, Sakai, and Angelina, and that's the whole roster for the women's belt.
Yep.
There's got to be more.
What Ring of Honor needs, basically, to have a proper women's division for what they want to do, if I'm calling this correctly, but they need 8 women minimum, 10 maximum. And that way they can always have someone vying for something on every single show. 1 women's match per show, singles, and that's it. And when it comes time to, that's when they can call women from other promotions. That's why you need a minimum size, 8 to 10 athletes. And then after that, you still have room to call somebody in, bring them in, do a thing, and whatnot, and then call somebody else, and always mixing it up. So that's a good thing, and this will not become permanent and then go away. I've been yawning a lot. I did a whole lot of reading before this, and that just breaks me. That just kills my eyes. But yeah, we're doing this match by match. We're gonna do this for this week and every other week, because for us this is historic. You don't get to see women's tournaments, and hopefully that they come to mean something, especially for a beautiful title that they have.
Yeah, the title is beautiful. It's not that piddly plastic on plastic, pink, purple, rainbow, unicorn, puke crap. It looks like an actual belt worth vying for.
Yep. And so far the women up there are no piddly women. They are women, and we're going to see how they work. Me, I don't think she's going to win it all because she doesn't have the look, but I would like to see Sumiye Sakai win it. That's who I would like to see win it. Hey, that's just me. They're probably going to give it to Angelina Love. So, yeah, and if it's not going to be Sumiye Sakai, what's the girl's name? The introducer of the show?
I don't know, the cutie pie. I can't think of her name right now.
I can remember. I'm sorry, y'all. We apologize, but we hope that she wins.
The cute one with the glasses and the bow tie.
Yeah, her. Don't know her name. Can't remember because we don't see her that much in action, but we love her. We love her. In any case, we'll have it ready by the next one. All right. So, Miranda, Alize, she won. Good job. Let's roll. All right. Quinn McKay. That's her name. That's her name. Got it just a few minutes after the last one. Okay. So, this one is Maserati versus Nicole Savoy. Now, Maserati, one thing. I'm going to go out to the thing that just stood out the most about Nicole Savoy. I've seen Savoy a few times. They keep calling her the queen of the suplex, which she never expresses. Doing 1 or 2 suplexes in the match, or 1 of 3 suplexes will be your finish. Doesn't make you a king, queen, or anything of suplexing. It just don't. Just like only doing German suplexes you can't call it suplex city, okay? All they do is 1 type of suplex. No, okay? So I wish people would get their shit right.
Maybe they do it because she does the suplexes Not many, but she does them very well. And in comparison, I'm just adding this to the landscape of women's wrestling that we see. There are not a lot of suplexers. There are a lot of folks who try to run off the ring. They try to kick. They like to flail about and fling hair. But no, not many. Now, there could be out there we haven't seen them, and I hope that's the case, but not many that they often portray on these wrestling shows actually do a suplex, and it looks like something that they work on and polish. And although Savoy did not do many in this match, the one she did, they were on.
It was.
They can trip.
Oh man! If y'all hadn't seen the parody version called Airplane.
Airplane 2. No, sorry, you're right.
Airplane. Yep, Airplane. Then you haven't laughed yet. You haven't laughed, and there's so many jokes that I avoid from that because I know people will be lost.
Yeah.
Like I'd be lost on modern jokes. They'd be like, "Okay, boom." It's like we're not boomers.
We're not boomers, asshole.
No fucking boomers.
We actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't cost the jobs. Alright, so, Maserati, speaking of hair, you know, she got hers on tight, but all you gotta do is mess up one time and then the truth gonna come out.
Yeah, that wig, it was awful.
Yep. And
take a collection, get her a good lace front wig. It looks like actual hair and not a mule's tail.
And it sucks, I'm gonna have to say this. It sucks I have to say this. The stars of this match was the commentary team.
Yeah.
Okay? Riccaboni and Coleman were the stars of this match because of the whole hair jokes that was going on. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to spoil them. I'd rather you go find this and watch it.
This is a good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, look, Maserati, she's polished.
She is.
She knows what she's doing. Mm-hmm. She knows how she's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but here's the thing. Maserati she's good, she's polished, she's clean, she's very smooth in the ring. You know?
Not dangerous.
But she's held back. You can't see how good she really is. And I'm going to tell you why. She's too busy protecting the hair.
Yeah.
And you can see it. This is my second time seeing her wrestle. And each time she is protecting that hair. You can't do well being held back. That's the classic thing that's been missed when it comes to heroes and villains. Where the hero is held back because they're so worried about something. The most classic, iconic one is back in the Cell Saga when it's Gohan. When he goes Super Saiyajin 2 and he's not going to throw out his whole power because he's worried about destroying the planet. He's worried about going ape shit and people being scared of him. He's worried about hurting Cell and others. And it's like, man, you got to just drop that shit and let it go.
The whole point was to hurt Cell.
And when he did, he shined. That's what Maserati has to do. She's got to let it go so she can shine. If all you got is peasy naps, then goddamn it, brush that shit up and get out there and wrestle. I want to see the true Maserati because I like what I have seen tonight. I just know she's better. I can see it. I can sense it. I can feel it. You know, I just want to see it. You know, I got to see that. Now, let's talk about some downsides to Maserati. All right? Not just the hair. Not just the hair. But, man, the stockings are ran up, man.
I don't know what's the point of them. They got so many holes in them, she should have just taken them off.
She got some marathon stockings going on because they are running.
Yes, they are running.
They are running.
And that's the look she was going for. Okay.
Okay.
But it doesn't fit the rest of her. That's the problem.
The rest of her is clean. Hey, everything is covered. You know, the booty's covered, the breast covered, everything's covered, and then she's got these distracting holes in her stockings. It's just distracting because I keep looking at the holes, wondering, are they going to tear any further?
I can't figure out why these chicks wear stockings underneath their shit anyway. I've always wondered that.
It's a look. I just think they need to have an unlimited supply. And if they start fucking up, putting them on, have some extra to put on.
Take them off.
Yeah.
Just take them off. Just fuck it. You got on socks. You got on boots. You got things to cover up the shin. You got everything to keep all the button and then labia covered. You got your breast covered. Do you really need pantyhose? Does anybody really need pantyhose? No.
Just saying. Don't need them, right? Hey, I'm going to listen to the woman on this, all right? I'm going to listen to the woman on this. I don't mind the pantyhose. I don't mind because it adds a dimension to the outfit, a cool factor sometimes. Sometimes it's like it just completes a look. That's how I see it.
Put the dudes in them then.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Okay.
It don't look right.
It might look good to me. It might get an added dimension.
No, it don't.
Well, you don't like dudes, so
it ain't about sexuality for me. It's about how does it function for your attire to how you look in that ring and to what you are doing. Example, I can't remember the guy's name, but he wore pantyhose and it was on the outside. On his left leg, it was exposed on the outside. On the right leg, it was exposed on the inside towards the back. Okay? And they were fishnet like pantyhose. And he kept scratching at them. My first thought was, motherfucker, you should have lotioned. Yeah. That was my first thought. But I think it was a thing happening. It was skin irritating. It could have been anything. I didn't see a rash form. His skin didn't redden and splotch up. But I'm just saying, even the look was terrible. I know what he was going for, but it ain't look right. It was going for the whole, my pants got blown open and here's the metal up underneath kind of thing in my bob. It didn't work well. It didn't fly. Okay, as Ric Flair said to Bautista. Now,
Triple H.
Oh, it was Triple H, yeah, about Batista. Okay, so Nicole Savoy. I like the pants. It's weird. It's kind of race car-y and whatnot, but these two girls can go.
Mm-hmm. It was a great match.
These women can throw down. Now, granted, this is not a big-time match. It's not. But, and you can tell that, yeah, there were elbows were thrown very weak and whatnot, but man, an array of moves. They did it all in a short amount of time. They only let up on each other enough so you could take in what's happening. They had pacing. They had timing. I didn't see cooperation. Not like that.
No.
Maserati has got some kind of wrist locks back spin kick that I'd like to see done. I think I saw her nail that on somebody in the past when I saw her wrestle.
Savoy was to avoid it for all she could.
Yes! Savoy, she's good. Every time I've seen her, she's been good. Now, the very first time, something I could tell that she was still, I'm not a fledgling and I'm not green, but I'm not at that, I'm not a ring vet. The vet, they got their craft down. They make very little, if any, mistakes at all. And the ring general is the ones that can call it. That's how I see it. If I'm wrong in that assessment, anyone out there listening, let me know. But that's my view of it. The vet barely making mistakes, and the general can call it. Now, Ring of Honor needs to do something different that no other promotion is doing, and I know they don't want to give the free publicity or anything, but you can't call someone out being a long-term champion in one company and then not call them out as the current champion in another company.
Was she a current champion?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it says she was a one-time and current champion. I'm like, if anything, let her walk out there with that title. Now, if it's a garbage company, if it's a jacked up indie company, All right, no acknowledgement. I get it and I understand. I get it and I understand. But if it's a company that's actually trying, they're doing what they can with what they got, let her wear that belt. Acknowledge that championship reign. It seems like it's a disservice, and it should be shameful to not acknowledge someone earning a title. To not acknowledge it on your show, which has honor in the title. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about that. And Nicole Savoy, during her promo, as Sedrik even pointed out before we were recording, she was trying to hold it together at one of those.
Yeah, they clipped out a whole lot, just to make time of their opening promos, to make time for the matches, of course, to get 3 in on the show. So, I'm sure she talked a lot about, her journey.
Yep. Maserati, in that ring, she talked that trash.
She did.
She had her heel on.
Yes.
But I want to say something about me and Sedrik talked about heels. The females only know mean girl heel.
That's all they got.
That's it. This California Valley girl, mean girl, stupid mindset of a heel. Angelina Love, she has that and more. Angelina Love has multifaceted forms of being a heel.
She does?
Yes.
Where are they?
Not needed. They're not needed because of who she goes against. She literally turns it to the level of her opponent. That is her tail sign.
But it's all mean girl.
Because she's not going against somebody like Kong. She's not going against an actual, oh my God, this person's going to knock me out type opponent. Yeah, she does the mean girl thing, but she can also talk that shit. Angelina Love can talk that shit. She can Jeff Jarrett somebody down if she has the right opponent and the story's been built. But this is like, there's no story, there's no true opponent, so just do your best. I do enough not to get fired. That's where she is right now, and I don't blame it.
This shit's annoying as fuck.
It's
man.
annoying, but I don't blame it. I don't blame it. We need females. If you're a female wrestler or aspiring wrestler, you hear my voice. It's okay to be vile. It's okay. It's all right. Be mean, be nasty. Talk that trash like you at the kitchen table. That Valley, California girl, mean girl crap. No.
And
someone like Maserati didn't have to do that. Maserati could have talked. I'm going to call it out. She could have talked like a black girl mad at somebody at the kitchen table. And that would have really gotten over. She was doing well enough as she is, but that would have really sank in how much of a heel she could be.
But if you are a female wrestler and you're trying to be cutesy, or you have a slim figure and you're going to be a bad girl, it has to be a mean girl. If you are a wrestler and you're not tiny and petite and cutesy and you're heavy, then you can be vile with the black makeup running down all to your asshole looking like you came out the gutter.
Can't wrestle for shit. But
and that shit gets on my nerves.
Can't wrestle for shit, but you can talk that shit. And then those that can wrestle for shit won't talk that shit.
I don't like that if you are a certain size, that's the kind of heel you have to be. That's what I don't like.
It's pigeonholed and it's damn near discriminatory.
It's very discriminatory. It's discriminatory if you ain't cute and petite.
Because Maserati come out there and she does the cute petite thing and the swaying of the hips and look at this and look at that and then do the whole mean girl act. No, no. I got to say no to that. And then a lot of people might say, well, you're not a professional wrestler. You've never been in the ring. It's like, yeah, I'm more important than that. I'm the fan. I'm the one watching. I'm the one paying. I'm the one that's interest. I'm an ass in the seat. I'm an eyes on the screen. I'm the one that needs to be impressed. And you are important as a wrestler because you're the one you got a job. You're to entertain me. You're to make a living for yourself. We are symbiotic. We are together. And you have to do more than than just enough to not get fired. You got to entertain me. You have to impress me. And if your promoter doesn't want you to impress me, your promoter sucks. It's that simple. There are people out there that say, well, you haven't been in the ring, so you should take a back seat. Fuck you. Alright? I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. But I will tell you what I see on screen that don't work. And you can listen back to many things I've said. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I've watched wrestling, studied wrestling for a long, long time. And I can see the potential in people. Jim Cornette could write somebody off like it's nothing. But I can see the magic in them. There's a big difference. You let me know who you'd want on your team in that situation. You know? Because I've seen people that are amazing. They're just too goddamn gentle looking when they do what they do. And they need to stiffen up. I ain't saying hit somebody, but make it look like you hit somebody. There's a difference. Get trained. Find a better trainer. Find another trainer. Keep finding trainers until you get your shit right.
Take your ass to Japan. Let them break you down.
Yeah, Japan would be the better place to go for that. I'm not gonna lie. Japan's the better place. You can't do it. You cannot do it in Mexico. You can't do it here so much in the States because of how modern wrestling trainers are. So you would have to go to Japan and learn how to do that stuff. You know, or go to those, you know, like Tessa Blanchard. You know,
and the stiff European fighters.
Yes.
Anywhere that Jonathan Gresham would, go there.
Go to Jonathan Gresham. Just go there. Go to Jay Lethal. Go to the Briscoes.
Go to Gresham and say, teach me how to hit like a small man, and he'll get you right.
Gresham hits like he is the man.
See?
I'm just saying. But this match was a good match.
And I see why it was second on the card. It was a step up from the first match. They performed very well, very clean, very polished. They interacted well as far as heel face is concerned.
And Nicole Savoy gets the win with the half Nelson suplex hold, which was good. I liked it. I liked Maserati's heelism during the match, the trash talking.
The frustration.
Let me be me. Can I be me? Can you count? Can you count right? Can you do your job?
I don't like this.
I was entertained by Maserati.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sitting there like, oh, don't do this, or, you know, the woke wrestling fan. No, I was, you know, I'm like, she's a jackhole, so I'm neutral, because I'm like, she's a wrestler, and I respect wrestling, and I respect wrestlers, but at the same time, her heel was so good that she couldn't be the cool heel. I was just more like, you know, I know she's a heel, and she was getting on my nerves in the heel way that a heel should.
As long as she ain't sniveling, I'm good.
Every once in a while, you need a sniveling heel. Every once in a while.
You need a sniveling heel like you need a hangnail.
What the This is what I work with. See, we've been going all good until you do this.
Look, I didn't even name no names. I didn't start raining hell down on Jericho.
What the?
I'm just saying, sniveling heels.
Jericho isn't a heel anymore. He's a face for some reason.
I don't know what the fuck he is. He high. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, he looked high. Hey, I had to see that, all right? I was in Charlotte, and it broke my heart to see how the people in Charlotte has devolved to liking this shit. You know? But in any case.
Different generation. Literally, it is.
I know. And they had nothing else to watch until now.
Nothing else to work with, so this is what they got. This is what they love.
Yep. Let's get on to the final match, everybody. You know what I'm going to say. Let's roll. All right. Main event time. So, we get to see Roxy versus Sumiye Sakai. And, I'm like, what? Okay, you want to say it?
Okay. So, Roxy, they made a point letting us know that she's 19 years old.
And the fans called her the prodigy. That's what others, not the fans, but others called her that.
She said the fans.
Oh, the fans.
The fans gave her that name. She didn't give it to herself.
That's when you know you've earned it.
She started training at 13 years old. And I'm going to repeat what I said to Sedrik during the match.
That's 6 years of wrestling.
Of wrestling under her belt. 13 is a formative age. 13 to 17 are still formative years. That means she saw professional wrestling, decided that's what she was going to do, and she found a trainer who trained her correctly, scrubbed any bullshit that she might have had in her head, and placed the good shit of professional wrestling. She is impeccable from head to toe. From her outfit, her breasts are completely covered, her ass is completely covered. There's no chance of a wardrobe malfunction. Her makeup is flawless. It's just enough. It's not too much, but she don't like she just woke up in the morning. Her hair is hers. It looks good. And on top of that, she is stellar in the ring. She is polished. She is not green. She's got ring generalship. She knows where she is. She's clever. She looks like she studies. This bitch is the complete package.
She is. I'm going to say she, not Ricky Starks, but she is the absolute. She is the epitome. Okay? She is the zenith. She is great. Now, you pit her against a ring general, the one that called this match, Sumiye Sakai. And we got to see not this mostly somewhat watered down version that won the title, won the tournament before. No, Sakai Sumiye showed herself.
She showed her Joshi.
That training in Japan from back in the day came out. And I had to ask, because I was like, you think it's possible that she's being like this because Roxy is a young girl opposed to the young boy, the young lion? She's a young lioness. Because Sumiye Sakai, she turned up the heat and she put her mean on. There's a difference. Sumiye Sakai always showed this gentility in the ring. But when it came against Roxy, that gentility went away. And she put on a clinic. Roxy showed everything that you just said. Her poise, her grace. She did this, her version of this Rob Van Dam curtsy taunt. Except she worked out the wrists and all the way to the fingertips. It was beautiful what Roxy did. I saw zero amateur, zero green in that ring. Now there might have been a couple of subtle, tiny little flubs.
Only you saw it.
I saw it. To me, it stood out like crazy. But I saw the recovery instantly. Roxy messed up about 2 times, but called an audible so damn quick, she made up for it. So if you don't have that kind of eye, you know, you're not going to see it. And so, I only saw it by happenstance.
When you see potential in someone, you push them. And that's what Sumiye was doing.
She pushed her.
I'm going to throw my shit at you, and you need to give it back. She kept saying the whole match, come on, bring it.
She meant that.
And Roxy was bringing it. When you see potential, you have to push it, or it's not going to come out.
We got to see Sumiye Sakai and Roxy do the 1-2, but not like you see traditionally. It was like, okay, we've done this. I'm going to put this elbow to you. You need to show me what you got. Because Sumiye, when she put that elbow right to her clavicle neck area, she laid that shit in. And she looked at Roxy and was like, okay. She said, come on. And you can come on. And Roxy bought it. And when she hit Sumiye, you could see on Miss Sakai's face Oh yes. If you watch this match, when Roxy put that forearm right into her, she looked like, thank you. You could see it. I said, uh-oh. Because I was like, I know what this means.
I think if Roxy even just got a little bit of training for Sumiye, she'd be a dangerous motherfucker.
Yes. Though Sumiye Sakai, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not really a thing in Japan for someone that's still this new to wrestling to beat a veteran. And Sumiye Sakai doing it the American way, well, she lost. But let me tell you, when you watch this match, and I'm sure you have Zemo times 2, this match looked legit. That win by Roxy looked legit. I can tell you move for move what happened for this match. I can tell you move for move and it won't spoil the match. That is how good this match was. This was deserving of a main event. This match looked like it should have been a title match. It really did. This was really good. I am unadulteratedly impressed with Roxy.
I am too.
I am stupefied at how great she is at such a young age. And as he just said, those formative years, because that's what are you interested in? You know, as I guess quoting Cornette, who quoted Dusty, who are you? Why do the fans want to be interested in you? And Roxy showed herself. She showed up. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I want to see better out of Maserati. You know, Nicole Savoy needs to be shown in a better light. You know, every woman up here, everyone should just give them a round of applause. In general, you know, because they went out there and they did. Honestly, they did. Each match was better, you know, per capita than all the men's matches I've been seeing for the past couple of weeks. Per capita, that is. All right? Because the men's matches, the whole show, guy matches, right? You know, 3 matches, you know, 2 of them you can throw out. It's always like that. 2 of them you can throw out. With these matches, I'll be honest with you, the first 2, you can pretty much throw out. And yet, those throw-out matches
were damn good.
They were damn good. You know? Hey, Angelina Love, she got a bye. Okay? Because, you know, some people can't help but to be stupid and do stupid stuff. I don't know if it's kayfabe or not. But, hey, it is what it is. You know, but Sumiye Sakai, it sucks that she's not going to further in the tournament because she was one of my picks. But I'm glad she got beat by somebody that I'm like, that's a worthy pick. Roxy right now, I'll be honest with you, I don't see anyone legitimately in performance-wise beating her. You want someone clean, polished, and whatnot, and it still has not really begun their career. Roxy hasn't even really begun her career yet. It takes about 3 years for you to actually begin your damn career in wrestling, because by then you're kind of like, I got a landscape of what's going on. I've traveled here and there. I finally understand I might need to start getting these faculties in my brain going. She ain't even got there yet. She ain't even gotten to the what do I need to do. And if she has, if Roxy's actually figured herself out and what she want to do, how she want to represent herself, how she want to portray herself, then hey, she is the unadulterated mistress of professional wrestling. Alright? That's what she is. And don't question her. Let that woman do what she want to do in that ring to you, because she is amazingly gifted.
I like to see her versus Deeb.
Her and Serena Deeb would be amazing. I would like to, look, I'll be honest with you, I don't want her to go anywhere near AEW. I don't. AEW WWE got a way of bringing people in and watering them down to shit. AEW got a great way of bringing people in and making them look like a fucking idiot.
And then damaging them beyond repair.
Yep.
I thought WWE was killing folks.
AEW ain't gonna kill you, but they gonna make you wish you were dead. But they won't kill you, just your career. That's about how that goes. Hey, I got thirsty. I'm doing most of the talking here. So, I'm just... Oh, for those that... Look, the word mistress just basically is the female version of master or king or whatnot. He's shaking my bottle at me. So, I really enjoyed seeing this from Roxy. I am glad Ring of Honor showcased someone of her newborn ability.
I'm happy about the whole tournament.
Sumiye Sakai, I am so glad I finally got to see her wrestle, because that Joshi came out, and I love seeing that, because that's an uphill battle for anybody.
She hammer punched her in the lower back, and then she dropped this elbow on her that was nasty, right to the center of her spine, the middle, and the lower back. All
of Sakai-san's blows look good. You can't look at it and say, "Oh, she didn't hit her." No, it looked like she hit her.
Because she did hit her.
And she... Sumiye Sakai was nasty. She was nasty in that ring.
That hammer punch, that was a I don't like you hit.
The
like a toddler.
The old school Joshi style will punish you for surviving something. And she did that. You kicked out, take this. You got out of my submission hold, take this. Every single thing, no matter what you do, take this. And yeah, that overhand hammer fist to the back, that was mean. And then the whole in the corner, putting the knees to the face.
Yep.
Now, accuracy to someone of Sumiye Sakai's height and not leaning over far enough. Roxy's spinning back high kicks didn't nail properly, but well enough. Being up there on the top rope, it's hard. I don't like using inside terms, but it's hard to sell dizzy and damaged on the top rope. Because you lean too far in either direction, you run the risk of falling off and breaking your fool ass neck. If not, just splitting your head open. You run the risk of that. You lean too far forward, you run the risk of slipping off the rope and having to get back into the ring and fucking up the situation that you're trying to portray. So that's a hard thing to do. And no, Sumiye Sakai did not do it perfect, because it's hard. If someone could do it perfect, woohoo, my hat's off to you. But she did it very well. You know, you can see through it, but she did it as well as one can do. So I can't even have that count against her. I'm happy that I got to see this match. I really am. And if you are new to wrestling, if you're new to this and what I'm doing here and all this, I want you to know this. Do not ever compare one match of two beings to another match of two other beings. When it comes to professional wrestling, your main event match must be better than your previous matches. So the early two matches, I can't talk like I know what's going on. I have to talk as if I'm a fan watching it. So those first two matches, by and large, can't be that great. Do enough to not get fired, get yourself over, this person wins, figure out how you want that to go, because there's no storyline, so don't fuck each other over. Get it done, clean, middle of the ring, and move on. That is how that went. So when I do my talks, I don't talk as if each match needs to be like the main event match, because that's not how professional wrestling needs to function. It'd be foolhardy for wrestling to function that way. So that's why I don't talk about too much of the match quality in terms of moves and whatnot. I talk about mistakes. I talk about how fluid someone is or is not. I talk about little tiny things, or obvious large things that need to be corrected and whatnot. I love professional wrestling. I respect what these people do in the ring. They got to train. They got to do everything in and out of the sun to be able to perform the next night. And sometimes, if not most times, they're wrestling injured anyway. So respect what these people do. Love what they do. And if you don't love it, you still need to respect it. You know? And as a wrestling fan, if a wrestler don't respect you, then they're not a wrestler. They're just a piece of shit that happen to put on tights. You know? This is a symbiotic relationship, everybody. Just like all of you listening to me, and I'm listening to you. If you're going to take shots at me and fuck with me, don't get mad when I fire back at you. Just keep that in mind. This professional wrestling is my first love. And I'm going to talk about it with passion every time. Even if I'm disgusted by it. You know? So, this main event was something that I thoroughly enjoyed and have been wanting to see something at this caliber for so long. And I have been angry at Ring of Honor privately for never letting Sumiye Sakai show herself. And she showed up tonight. Maybe not all of her, but I got to see those mannerisms. I got to see that attitude in her stances that I don't get to see any other time. I finally got to see Sumiye Sakai. And I am happy to see Roxy. You get to see fourth generation versus new generation in terms of wrestling age groups. And they both performed like any proper, fully trained professional wrestler needs to. And I took my hat off to that. You have anything else to say, love? Well, everybody, this has been Sedrik and Cedra for CR Wrestling Commentary, Ring of Honor Women's Championship Tournament Week 1. Thank you for listening. See you next time.